This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? I don't even know what to say, to be honest with you. I don't know what to say. A lot of people told me the other night, don't worry. Don't worry. It's all good. The Knicks are good. Da-da-da. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. That was rough. The Knicks are on a 4-game losing streak. Their worst slump in years. They don't look good. Confidence is low. Players not really. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. They don't look good, man. Let me get my brother Tony Crow in here. And we're going to break this one down. Tony.
Man, that's good, man.
You're a little bit low.
My bad. I'm bad. Is any better?
It's a little better, but it's still kind of low. But go ahead.
My bad. Well, first off, let's give Detroit credit, right? They are legit. We created a monster. They've been waiting
Hey,
for
Tony. I don't think people can really hear you too much because it's like low and muffled. Like
How's that?
That's better.
That's better. My bad. I think I was laying on the mic. Pardon me.
Yeah.
I was saying, first off, let's give Detroit their credit, right? We created a monster. They've been waiting for this moment since they got kicked out the playoff spots.
That's the truth.
They came back stronger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They came back stronger, deeper, more motivated. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what to say. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like all of our issues, like especially during this losing streak, all of our issues are being brought to the light.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're all being brought to the light. Everything, it seems like. Our bad shooting. Our bad defense being brought to the light. Guys shooting the ball wide open in the corner. Layups at the lane, in the lane. Easy. Yeah, everything is being brought to light right now. You know what I mean?
It's like, it feels like at some point I would have to go back and look when it started or whatever. Honestly, it feels like it started last year because it feels like teams have figured us out, right? And figured out our weaknesses and how to take advantage of them. And we haven't figured out how to counter, especially when our offense is not clicking.
Yeah.
Because our defense looks bad. It looks real bad.
Real bad. Right now we're playing like the worst defensive team in the league right now. You know what I'm saying? And over the past 4 or 5 games, we probably have been the worst defensive team in the league. everything. We're giving up major points in the paint every game, 50+ points in the paint. We're giving up wide open 3-point shots. Teams every team that comes in not comes into the guard, but every team we play, ends up shooting the ball 40 whatever percent from the 3-point line. The Pistons shot 51.6% from the 3-point line tonight. This is every single game. It seems like that teams get hot from the 3-point line. Maybe it got a little bit better at one point, but obviously it's back to what it was. You know what I mean? You can't give up points. You can't give up points in the paint and 3-point shooting at the same time.
And it's wide open, uncontested.
Wide open, uncontested. And then turning the ball over, 20 turnovers tonight. I mean, come on. I mean, that's just a recipe for disaster. You're giving them points in the paint, you're giving them 3-point buckets, and you're turning the ball over? It's crazy.
And you're not shooting the ball well.
I mean, come on.
You're not even scoring it to keep pace.
Right. Like you're not even we didn't even compete against this team, man.
Yeah, this was, like I said, last game was the worst game of the season, and we come back and double down and make this one our worst game of the season. And I'm not just saying it like to say it. Literally, our 2 worst losses, like 20 point plus blowouts.
Yeah. Yeah. And right. And we come back and do the same thing. Make it worse. Just like you said, we come back and we make it worse. I don't know. How do we fix it? What do we do to fix it?
I mean, this is the thing too. It's like you don't want to put all the onus on, Josh Hart being out, but he came in and kind of changed when he came into that starting lineup. He changed the trajectory of our season, right? On how we looked prior to that, to how we looked when he came into the starting lineup, and now in his absence, we on our worst stretch of the season. And to your point, we haven't had a 4-game losing streak since we got Josh Hart. Until now.
And how long ago was that we got Josh Hart?
Almost 3 years ago, like a week away from 3 years.
Yeah. 3 years. We haven't lost 4 games in a row in almost 3 years, and now here we go. Well, we've lost. But you know what makes this worse for me is that we are losing to teams that
we're gonna face
potentially face. Right, we're losing to teams that are supposed to be the Pistons, right, the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference, wiped off the court like we didn't belong there. The Philadelphia 76ers fully, everybody playing, wiped off the court like we didn't belong on the court with them. I could take a 4-game losing streak if every single game we're right there and for some reason we can't get over the hump. Right? But now, we're playing against contenders. We lost, blown out by 2 contenders. It's I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. Chat, what are you thinking? How are you feeling in the chat? You know what I'm saying? I want to know what y'all are thinking because
listen, when the off season, when we was in the off season, one of the first things I questioned was, so basically we doubled down on our offense, right? Like we didn't bring in any type of defensive help, knowing defense was an issue for us. But you know what I mean?
Right.
Um, and if they knew they was taking the approach they're taking with Mitchell Robinson, that would be even more reason to bring some defensive help in,
Right.
right? But they didn't do that,
And
and
and the Pistons tonight, no Jalen Duren, right? Who else was out? Tobias Harris. I mean, you know, you're talking two of their top 6, 7 players are not playing. Jalen Duren, you know, possibly an all-star, not playing. And we perform like that. And Cat performs like that. Here we go. Here we go. Here we
offensive
go.
fouls, offensive fouls, stupid fouls on defense, non-aggression, no effort, no fight,
No fight.
and I ain't gonna lie, even on this streak, you know what I mean? Like we haven't been getting a lot of whistles. You know what I mean? Like we haven't been getting a lot of calls, but deal with it, play through it. Like they didn't really complain tonight. I'll give them that.
Mm-hmm.
There was no you know what I mean, complaining with the refs, but it's not like they fought back. They ran sprinted down the court and put some defensive effort in to get a stop.
Right. You know, I mean, Karl Anthony Towns, 6 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound. 1 rebound. The Knicks
Gotta
had
be
30
kidding.
rebounds tonight. 30.
Yeah, we got smacked on the
Cat can
board
only give you
everywhere.
1 rebound? Come on, man. Come on. Come on.
And they
You know what
should
I
have known
mean?
the
That's
Pistons was
crazy.
gonna have some extra. You know what
Extra
I mean?
oomph.
Something
So,
extra
yeah.
tonight.
Yeah. Kev, you said how many shots? Cat took 4 shots tonight. 4 shots. That's just come on, man. 4 shots, you only got 1 rebound. That's just ridiculous. You can't have performances like this. You can't disappear like that. This is my big problem with Cat. How do you disappear in a game like this against a championship contender, obviously? A team you know is coming out to try to crush you. You take 4 shots, score 6 points, you grab 1 rebound. Yeah, you foul out the game. Oh no, you didn't foul out. That's 6 turnovers. My bad. Three personal fouls. I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know
Was
what
he
to say,
pouty
yo.
because he had to play the 4 to start the game? Like what is it? What's the issue?
Yeah, I don't know, man. And again, you know, well, obviously tonight because we was getting blown out. So yeah, you're gonna play 12, 14 players, whatever.
Yeah, nah, his rotation was shorter before he, you know what I mean, before he did the dump.
Yeah.
The you know what I mean, played the back half of the roster.
Yeah. You know, what do we do how do we fix it?
I'll tell you,
I don't know how to
pardon me.
fix it. How do we fix it? Because there's so
I'm
many
not.
glaring issues. Go ahead. What are you
My
saying?
bad, sir. I wasn't answering your question, but I was gonna point out like what's going on with Diawara. Like it's like he in a doghouse or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard, you know, I don't know. It's hard to make sense of it. for the Knicks tonight. You know, Cat had 6 points, right? Jalen Brunson, shot 47% from the field. He had 25 points. Shot 33% from the three-point line. 17 points for Deuce McBride. I mean, like, Deuce, over the past few games, is the only person that's really seemed to be playing consistent. Well, Brunson always plays consistent, but Mitchell Robinson, 2 points, 10 rebounds. You don't expect a bunch of points from Mitch. Mikal Bridges, 10 points. OG Anunoby, 5 points. This is what stops OG from being an all-star. He only took 3 shots. Like, come on. Like, how? How does that happen?
And you know what though? I ain't even going front. And I was just telling you how it felt like Brunson's been reverting back to ISO Brunson of last year. There's no like I'm blaming him. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing to have the conversation with Cat about Cat and should he ask for the ball? Should the point guard find him? Blah 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 blah. But him and OG,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like at that point, and the coach, you got to figure out how to feature these guys at some point. The problem is though, these guys don't get to the rim. They can't get to the rim on their own.
Yeah.
And it's becoming. It was glaring tonight. I'll say that.
Yeah. It's
like perimeter 3 after perimeter 3 after perimeter 3. Nobody's touching the paint. I wouldn't be surprised if he highlights the sprays that he always wants to talk about because I ain't seen many of them.
Yeah. How is Deuce our third in shot attempts on this basketball team and Tyler Kolek fourth? Right? When you got Karl Anthony Towns and you got OG Anunoby in shot attempts. Something is amiss somewhere. Something somewhere that just isn't. It just doesn't follow. It's not making sense to me. It's just not making sense to me. You know what I mean? Who's out there? Somebody has to know Cat's only taking at a certain point in time 2 shots, 3 shots.
Exactly.
Who's out there saying, we got to get this man shots?
That's my point. I blame Brunson and I blame the coach because at some point, like him too, like he's not like he gets credit too, but that's what I'm saying. At some point, you got to say, even if you yelling at him and saying, hey, we need you, be aggressive, or shoot some threes, do something.
Yeah. So.
They were so hesitant tonight, yo. Pump fake pass.
Yeah.
Dribble turnover.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's so I don't even know what to say. You know what I mean? I mean, when you look at our weaknesses, we give up the ball on the inside. We allow 3-point shooting. When teams play physical against us, we back down. Right? We have guys who just play inconsistent. On any night, Cat can be missing. OG can be missing. Mikal can be missing. The only constant every single night is Brunson. We thought Towns was going to be another constant every single night, but he's not. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
Usually he don't shoot the ball well, and he'll still give you 11, 12 rebounds.
yeah,
You know what I mean? He might take 4 attempts, but he still gave you, 16 rebounds.
yeah.
This was bad.
This was yeah. This is. Let's put it like this. You can only go up from here, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, what else can you say? You can only go up from here. But I want to go back to what you were saying about Brunson. If guys aren't shooting the ball, if guys are getting, you know, 4 shots from Cat, whatever, what else do we expect Brunson to do? You know what I'm saying?
I think it goes both ways though, because even from the eye test of watching the game
Mm-hmm.
tonight, I'm talking about in particular, but it's been stretches or spurts throughout the past couple games. Even going back to before the losing streak when we were still winning games.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight in particular, it looked like he was out there to showcase.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it didn't look like he had any other intent.
Right.
And a lot of times, that's when he gets these stupid turnovers because the pass is almost the pass is out of necessity because he knows if he takes this shot, it's gonna get blocked,
Right.
or it might be like 3 guys on me at this point. You know what I mean? But a lot of times he that's now I'm trying to find somebody, and it ends up being a turnover, a wrong pass, or a steal, deflection, whatever. But and when things like that happen, that could take other guys out of the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? In real time on the court, if I, you know what I mean, if I could see it, you know what I mean. Like I could only imagine how I would feel as the teammate, knowing, I'm getting grenades or I'm getting last resort passes. It may not be a shot clock, but it'd be like, you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
they didn't run any motions, no, like it was really ISO.
How much of that was due to the Pistons defense?
I mean, I'm gonna
Do you
give them
think?
credit. They're the best defense in the East for sure. I'm not sure they might be top in the league. Um, I'll give the defense credit, but I mean that's still a detriment for us because we're supposed to be that team offensively.
Right. We're not. We scored 90 points tonight. We shot 42% from the field, 20 turnovers. You know what I mean? Like, we're definitely not that team. In
Back to back games under 100 points.
yeah, in the Pistons, man, I mean, Cade Cunningham dominated, 29 points, 13 rebounds, shot 64.7% from the field, 75% from the 3-point line. Javante Green had 17 points. Jaden Ivey had 16 points. Dennis Jenkins had 12 points. That's
That's the
Earl
dude.
Thompson. That's the dude, right? Thompson got, 10 points and 7 rebounds. They had contributors all across the board. Played a hell of a game. You know what I'm saying? And right now they just said in their mind, we're the best team, hands down in the East. That's what they said to
Yep,
themselves.
we could beat them in the playoffs. That's what they say.
Right. That's
Like
what they said. That's what they said in their mind. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I want to listen to I want to see what Mike Brown has to say. I think his post game show was kind of short. You know what I mean? And why wouldn't it be? So let's take a listen to Mike Brown, and then we'll talk about that a little bit. And then, honestly, I'm not in the mood to do a long show, bro. You feel me? I'm really not. So let's take a listen to Mike Brown.
Oh, okay. It's pretty simple. They just physically kicked our ass. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. We had 20 turnovers for 33 points, and they were into us the whole game. And then for us, we did it in spurts. And versus a team like that, you can't do it in spurts. It's got to be for 48 minutes. So it's just as simple as that.
Like, I know we've talked a lot about the defense. The offense also seems to just be a little bit more stagnant as of late.
Yeah.
Is there anything to that? Is the road catching up to you guys? I know you guys don't like to use that as an excuse, but what are you seeing that's even the offense is being bogged down a little bit?
Yeah, we're not getting off it like we were in the past. You got to make quick decisions, and as soon as you feel another body come to you, you got to get off it. And right now, we're not doing it. We're holding on to it too much, trying to force the issue too much. But we have 5 staples, and we're not playing or adhering to what our staples are as of late.
You talked before the game about their what JB has of their imprint of physicality, and the need to match that.
Yeah.
And did you see that at all after the first quarter today?
No, I didn't. I mean, there's nothing to say about it. We didn't match it. They were very good for 48 minutes, and like I said, we did it in spurts. And you're not going to be able to beat a team like that on their home floor doing anything in spurts.
Were you guys rattled physically by the physicality? Did you sense any of that?
I don't know. You'd have to ask them, but I know, when we're driving the basketball, we always talk about drive the basketball. When you touch the paint, play off a 2. If you can go up and dunk it, go up and dunk it. But if you feel a second body come, play off a 2 and spray it. And there were a lot of times that we drove it. Their physicality had us lose the ball, or we got to the rim and we tried to finish through traffic. And this is probably, this game more than any other game, we try to finish through traffic at the rim. And that's tough to do. That's tough to do in this league. You gotta play off 2 feet, you gotta spray the basketball, and you gotta rely on your teammates to make decisions once you do spray it.
Mike, before the game, James Dolan did an interview on the radio and said that you guys should get to the NBA Finals and that you got to get to the NBA Finals and you should win the NBA Finals. Is this stuff that he's relayed to you as well, and what do you think of those expectations and that message?
No, the first thing, I mean, we have the Clippers, so we're thinking of next. So we're thinking about our next game. Obviously, I mean, we all want to win it, and we're fighting like heck to get there. But that's down the road. Our focus is to try to get a little bit better every single day, whether we're practicing or not practicing, having shoot around or not having shoot around, or having a team meeting. We want to get better day by day, so when that time comes, we're ready to make our run.
Defensively, I know you talk a lot about the physicality being an issue, but is there anything schematically that you see that you can do differently? What do you think of the schemes right now?
Yeah, no, everything's on the table right now for us defensively. We got to figure out, we as a group have to bring it physically, but we as a staff also have to keep whatever it is, offensively, defensively, we got to keep finding ways to help that group. That's what we get paid to do as coaches, and that's what we will do. So everything is on the table right now for us to make sure that we're doing the right thing to put us in a place to be able to succeed.
I know it's an 82-game season, it's 6 months, it's a marathon, but when you lose 4 in a row, where's the level of concern compared to maybe panic or crisis? Do you evaluate it like a 4-game losing streak is something where you have to evaluate everything, or do you try to keep a sense of perspective amidst all of this? How do you sit mentally with this?
No, you have to keep a perspective on it, because you're going to have ups and downs. It's not, I've said this many times, it's not going to be just like this. You hope when you do go down, it's not 3, 4, 5 games, and that's kind of where we are now, but it's not time to panic. But we do have to make sure we're doing what we can do to help this group. And our guys have to bring it or try to take it to another level as a group, not trying to do too much, but take it to another level as a group in a lot of areas.
Cool. Thanks, bro.
All right. I wouldn't entertain any kind of questions about championships right now. So he did the right thing there. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from that question because we obviously aren't in position to talk about that. And that was my thing from the beginning of the season, Tony. When you start talking about, pacing yourself for a championship and all that kind of stuff, how do we know how to pace ourselves when we haven't won a championship with this particular basketball team? Like, how do you know how to do that? You don't.
And I'd rather have the full throttle approach. And you know what I mean? Like, I get it, it's a long season, but these games matter. And these games are momentum builders and confidence builders. And right now, we just gave Detroit a lot more confidence moving forward, right?
Whole lot more confidence going forward. I don't know. I really don't have too much more to say tonight. I'm disappointed.
I mean, I do have the question about, James Dolan popping out, because I ain't going front. I thought it was super ironic that he popped out today, and we have this kind of effort. Because this is the kind of loss that meetings get drawn up about.
Right.
And again, I'm not advocating anything either way, but we know how Dolan is. It's good he said the things he said in the interview, as far as still long term and building and 3-year plan and whatever the case. But yeah, it's just ironic that this happens right now and he pops out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, he popped out first.
He popped out first, though. He popped out first. It's not like he popped out first.
But it's just interesting because
I'm sure
it does put more pressure on the coaching staff for sure.
Right. I mean, I'm sure it was a pre-planned, interview.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But the 4-game loser streak game pre-planned.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Word.
You know what I mean?
Nah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't really have too much more to say about this game, man. It's ridiculous. It's terrible. It's everything that we've seen, that we've talked about is, just like, the things we talked about earlier, the physicality, the defense, everything we just discussed earlier. It's just happening all at one time. You know what I mean? And they got to find a way to rebound. They got to figure out how to. They just got to figure out how to rebound. They got to get a win. You know what I'm saying? They got to scrape out a win somehow, some way, get themselves a win. You know what I mean? And start getting this monkey off their back and get back to winning basketball. But Nostalgic Nick said defense first. It's got to be defense first. Right? It's got to be defense first. Protect the paint, stop, run them off the 3-point line, grab rebounds. On the offensive side, you'll get back in the rhythm. And everyone keeps talking about them being tired. We made a change for a reason. That was part of it. Not the entire thing, but that was part of it, right? So that we could, be healthy and have energy and all of that come playoff time. Well, no, this ain't looking good. It's not looking good. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have much more I can say. I'm just going to keep repeating myself going from here. You know what I mean? I'm just going to keep repeating myself. We played the Clippers in a day or two, whenever it is, right?
Yeah, Clippers next.
Yeah. We
Kawhi's on a tear.
you know,
We need multiple bounce back. Like we need bounce back games from multiple guys at this point.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And as much as I said about Brunson, it's like you say, he's still been the most consistent guy. It is a tough situation when you're the only guy scoring, and you know, guys aren't. I mean, people miss shots too, man. Bridges was missing shots. How many shots he took?
Bridges 11.
At that point, he got to step it up too, though. You know what I mean? Like, if these guys ain't going to shoot, at least let it be because you took 18.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but one of the glaring things to me, though, is just getting to the basket. It felt like Kolek came in and he was the only other guy that was able to get, like Mike Brown said, 2 feet in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he ain't scored all the time. He turned the ball over sometimes, but it still put pressure on that defense. And it felt like other than him and Brunson doing what he did, nobody could really put any pressure on the defense. It was the defense putting pressure on the Knicks.
Right.
And them folding.
Right. Right. Boy. I don't know. It's starting to feel like teams kind of understand how to beat us. It's starting to feel like that to me. So, we got to figure out something else.
Man, utilize this Cat Brunson pick and roll, man. Like,
right.
It had some good moments in the Philly game, even though we got smacked. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you gotta figure out some things to activate these guys.
Something they need to have a team meeting. You know what I'm saying? And figure out. I mean, I was looking at their body language on the side. Their body language doesn't look positive, and when you're getting smacked like this, it's not going to look positive anyway. When you're getting smacked like that, you know what I mean? That's just natural. I just hope it's not something that's going on internally.
Yeah, I hope not either.
Anyway, but, so I'm gonna head out, man.
What you take when you make these moves, you know what I mean?
Right.
I feel you, bro. I gotta get up early anyway.
It's depressing me talking about this shit. So,
I'm glad I got some of it off my chest. Maybe I can get some sleep.
Yeah, no doubt. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate your time. I'm heading up out of here. Maybe I'll jump on tomorrow. We could talk a little bit more about our New York Knicks and what we need to do to get up out of this slump, if that's what it is. All the people that were in the chat told me stop worrying, don't overreact, blah, 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 blah. Where y'all at now? Sean Richardson, where is he? He's probably listening. He probably just ain't commenting. No, he'll be back. Anyway, I'm out, folks. Peace.
This NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.